So, a doctor in the 1800s literally figured out that washing your hands before attending to women who are postpartum, like who are freshly postpartum, reduced their risks of dying from sepsis. And then he said this to the medical community, and they were just like, we don't believe you. Isn't that crazy? So the story is this guy who was born in the 1800s was very baffled about something. There are two clinics. One was midwife led and one was led by the doctors. But the people who were midwife led were doing very well, but the people who were led by the doctors were not doing very well. And the main difference was that the clinic that the women were getting admitted to on the doctor side of things also used to do autopsies. These clinics were next door to each other, but the difference was so significant that the death rate from the doctor-led clinic was about 18%, but from the midwife-led clinic was about 4%, and it was from postpartum sepsis. It was so bad that women would pretend to have babies on the streets just to avoid being admitted to the doctor side of things. Isn't that crazy? But then another thing that baffled this guy was that even these women who had the babies on the roadside were fine. They didn't get postpartum infection and die from it. And then his friend died because he was nicked while doing an autopsy. He was nicked by a student while doing an autopsy. He developed sepsis and he died. And this Ignaz was like, oh my God. So apparently the doctors were doing autopsies on dead bodies and then using those same hands to deliver babies without washing them. So he tells them, he's like, hey guys, you gotta wash your hands. And they're like, who is this idiot telling me, a distinguished doctor, a man of my caliber, to wash my hands? You must be crazy. And I'm not kidding you, they locked him up in an asylum. Even though he had said to them that, look, I've tried it. The death rate dropped from 18% to 2%. They were still like, nope, you must be crazy. You must be crazy for suggesting I'm a dirty guy, for suggesting I'm a dirty, dirty doctor, which they were, but they didn't know that they were at the time because germ theory hadn't come out yet. So anyway, they got him committed to an asylum. The guards beat him nearly to death. He got a gangrene. He died from it. And then many years later, Louis Pasteur discovered germ theory. And now everybody's like, so he was actually right all along. So yeah, doctors never used to wash their hands, and that was the main reason their patients were dying. Sometimes the most dangerous thing you can do is to be right too early. Because if he had only been right after Louis Pasteur, he would still be alive right now.